All right, if you're an entrepreneur, let me ask you this. What's your most critical tool? It's not some fancy app or the latest gadget. Nope, it's your business plan. But hey, let's stop thinking about it as some boring, formal document you have to write. I want you to see it for what it really is, your personal, detailed roadmap for the incredible journey you're about to start.
So you've got that spark, right? That amazing, this could change everything kind of idea. We've all been there. But there's always that big gap between that flash of inspiration and, an actual successful business. It's a totally common feeling. You're at the starting line, you're buzzing with ambition, but you're also kind of staring into the fog, not totally sure which way to go. So, how do you get from A to B? How do you bridge that gap? Well, it's with a business plan. Seriously, this is the tool that takes all that uncertainty and turns it into a clear, actionable direction. Think of it like your own personal GPS or compass. It's the strategic map that's going to help you navigate all the twists and turns and keep your eyes on the prize.
Okay, so let's frame this thing for what it is, your roadmap to success. First things first, let's get into why this map is so incredibly important.
So, why do you need this map? What's it really going to do for you? Well, it turns out charting your course with a solid business plan gives you count 'em, five critical advantages on your journey. All right, let's break down these 5 key advantages. Think of them as superpowers for your business. Each one tackles a totally different but absolutely crucial part of building a successful company, from just getting off the ground to making sure you stay on the right path. First up is the power to persuade. Think about it. If you're going to ask someone for money, whether it's an investor or a bank, you can't just show up with a cool idea. You need to show them the map. A really solid business plan proves you've done your homework, you know the terrain, and you have a realistic route to making a profit. It's literally the key that unlocks the cash you need to get going. Next, we've got the power of strategy. And here's a little secret. Sometimes the process of making the map is just as important as the map itself. It forces you to stop and think really critically, like, who's my competition? What does the market actually look like? What are the potential roadblocks? Answering these questions is how you spot hidden opportunities and figure out the smartest path forward.
Then you have the power of foresight. Look, no journey is a straight line, right? There are always going to be storms and detours. Your business plan is like your own personal weather forecast. It makes you analyze the risks ahead of time and come up with backup plans. It's all about preparing for the unexpected, so you've already packed your umbrella before it starts to rain. And hey, you can't go on a big adventure alone, right? You need a great crew. That brings us to the power to attract top talent. A killer business plan with a clear, exciting vision. Man, that's contagious. It gets talented people fired up. They'll want to join your team and sign on for the adventure because they can see the destination and they believe in the mission.
And finally, number 5, the power of measurement. Your plan isn't a one-and-done thing you write and then forget about. No way. It's your compass for the entire trip. It sets the milestones along the way, so you can look at it and say, okay, are we where we thought we'd be? It lets you measure your progress, and if you're drifting off course, you'll know exactly how to steer the ship back in the right direction. Okay, so we're all on board with why we need this map, right? It's crucial. Now let's get into the fun part. How do you actually draw it? What are the essential pieces you need to chart your course? So drawing your map boils down to 6 key steps. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. First, you state your quest. That's basically your executive summary, the quick, exciting version of your whole plan. Step 2 is survey the land. This is where you do a deep dive into your market, your customers, your competition. Next, assemble your crew. You'll lay out your company structure and who's on the management team. Step 4 is detail your offering. Pretty straightforward. What are you actually selling? Then step 5, you plan your route. This is all about your marketing and sales strategy. And finally, step 6, project your needs. This is the numbers part, your financial projections and how much funding you might need to get there. All right, so anyone can scribble a map on a napkin, right? But not every map leads to treasure. So let's talk about the secrets of a winning plan. These are the guiding principles from the master map makers that'll turn a good plan into a great one. So let's look at a tale of 2 maps. This is really what separates a winning plan from one that's going to lead you right off a cliff. The winning maps, they're realistic, they're concise, no fluff, and they're totally customized for your specific journey. But here's the most important part. They are living documents. You've got to update them. The maps that fail are the opposite. They're full of wishful thinking, packed with jargon nobody understands, and worst of all, they're written once and then just stuffed in a drawer to collect dust.
Because at the end of the day, your business plan is so much more than just a stack of paper. It's the foundation of your entire journey. It's this dynamic, living tool that's going to give you clarity when things get fuzzy, confidence when you're feeling doubtful, and a clear path forward when you don't know which way to turn. You know, the source material we used for this explainer puts it perfectly. It calls a business plan an indispensable tool for any entrepreneur or business owner, and that's exactly what it is. Indispensable. It's not just a nice to have, it's a must have. It's the bedrock of any successful business.
So there you have it. You've got the blueprint now. You know how to create your own roadmap to success. The only question left is, well, it's the most exciting one, isn't it? Once your map is drawn, where is this journey going to take you?